Hey, it's Mike Brennan, and we brought one of our regulars back. Well, sort of brought him back. He's over in Japan right now at Tokyo Mobility Show, and he's
The
actually
Japan mobility.
a
Let's break.
Japan Mobility Show. And as you
Yeah,
can tell, he's shooting this from his hotel room, and it's a little gloomy in Japan today. So, but at least we got Paul. One of the things I wanted to ask him though is what he's seeing at the show that really caught his attention. And take it away, Paul.
yeah. Well, we're going to be seeing a lot over the next few days as automakers start to give us an advanced look at what they'll be bringing to Tokyo for the show later next week. But we've seen some interesting things so far. You may recall that the Lexus brand from Toyota is dropping the LS, their flagship since they launched in 1989. They've dropped a hint of something really bizarre in the form of a six-wheeled. I don't even know what to describe it. It's not quite an SUV, not quite a van, which may give us a hint of what they're going to bring back as the brand's flagship. You know, sedans are essentially déclassed these days, so we know that any flagship they have will be more like a utility vehicle or some sort of people mover. Toyota also is going to show us off something called the Crown Coupe. Now, there's sort of an anachronism in that they are going to launch a coupe as well as an SUV, Toyota is, I should say, using the Crown name, which has been sort of the flagship Japanese model. It's the limousine that a lot of Japanese have if they don't want to be seen in, say, a Bentley or a Rolls Royce. But it's been a very stodgy vehicle in the, what, 60 years since that little sub-brand debuted. It's only been updated really twice. Now they're going to go with this super modern makeover, and they're going to turn Crown into an entirely standalone super luxury brand directly aimed at the likes of Bentley and Rolls-Royce. Now they're saying it will only be for Japan, but there's a sort of an asterisk at that. And when I've talked with some of their people, they're suggesting we may wind up seeing Crown become a worldwide super premium luxury brand from Toyota above the Lexus brand.
Hmm.
We're seeing some things from Nissan. We're seeing some things from Honda. We're going to see a lot of electrified vehicles. And Japan's interesting because while several of the automakers do have new EVs coming, most of them are into multi-pathway technologies. So you're going to see a lot of hybrid and plug-in hybrids over here, and maybe even a couple extended range electric vehicles. And then there'll be some really peculiar things that are only good for the Japanese market. Mike, have you been over here at all?
No, never been to Japan.
Okay. One of the things you'll notice when you drive around is just how unique the market is in terms of type of vehicles they drive. You'll see a lot of these massive van-like things from the likes of Toyota and Nissan, uh, which are these big people movers. But then you'll see these incredibly small things called Kei cars, and I'm talking KEI. These things are so tiny they can make the old Mercedes smart car look big.
Hmm.
And that is one of the largest segments here.
Really?
We'll see a bunch of these really cool little K cars and a few other things. Japan's always a fun place to go just to see what's on the road, and particularly to see what's coming from the Japan Mobility Show.
Yeah, well, they wouldn't survive in Detroit now, would they, with all these gigantic vehicles we have in this area?
No, but they do have some smaller SUVs and crossovers that we'll see in Tokyo for the Japan Mobility Show, including something from Honda and something from Mazda that will give us a sense of what that brand, particularly Mazda, will be bringing to the United States soon. So, yeah, it's a specialized show, and a good percentage of what debuts there is really sort of irrelevant for anywhere but the Japanese market. But there's always a few stars that we're going to see, and that they will wind up exporting to the United States, or in many cases, I think more going forward, will actually find a place to build in the United States.
Yeah, particularly with these tariffs, you don't know how long all this is going to last. And the other thing too, as you know, I cover the technology behind all these vehicles, and it seems like Toyota has really got the battery technology down because the ranges. I keep seeing stories about ranges of 600 miles, 800 miles. I'm not sure if I believe it, but that's what I'm reading.
Yeah, you have to be really careful, particularly when you're getting numbers from abroad, because there are different testing standards. And the United States uses a fairly strict EPA testing rule, which if you're not driving, down I-96 at 80 miles an hour, which sucks the life out of a battery. But if you're driving more or less close to what the EPA testing is, you're going to get their numbers and sometimes even better. However, in much of the world, including Japan and Europe, they have what they call the WLTP, W as in worldwide standard, which in reality doesn't seem to deliver anything close to what people really get. Usually, let's say you get a vehicle that's rated under WLTP at 500 miles. You'll be lucky to get 400 miles, which is still not bad. But you'll be lucky if you only lose 20% using the American testing standard and what really happens on US roads.
Yeah, and then of course there's the cold weather that's factored in. I don't know. Like I say, I haven't been to Japan, but I don't think they get near as cold as we do in Michigan, do they?
In the upper island, yes, and Hokkaido, way up north, they that's a major ski resort island, and they get pretty frigid. I think their temperatures run somewhere between what we have, say, in Detroit area, and all the way up to the edge of the northern of the Lower Peninsula.
Hmm.
But
Okay.
down in Tokyo and the like, yeah, maybe you might see a little bit of snow falling once in a while, but no, it's a more temperate. The main island is a much more temperate location.
I know you're going to be reporting on this for your own publication. Let's tell everyone what your own publication is.
Yeah, it's called Headlight.News. And I always remind people it's not a .com, it's Headlight.News. And yep, we'll have plenty. We've already teased many of the things coming at the Japan Mobility Show. You can go to our search engine and look it up either by looking for the brand like Toyota or typing Japan Mobility Show, and you'll get a preview of some of the things coming. And this next week, you'll see a lot of things that will actually be debuting as they debut from the Headlight.News.